Self-tapes are now the norm for actors. It can be expensive: backdrop, camera, mic, lighting. In this video, I'll go over some budget-friendly hacks and essential guidelines to help you create professional self-tapes without breaking the budget. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jill Dalton, a working actor living in New York City. Welcome to my channel. I received a request asking about self-tapes. As actors, we're now responsible for producing our own auditions. This can be daunting when you're starting out and expensive. So I've got some budget-friendly tips on how to do professional self-tapes at home with minimal investment. First, you need to have a space for taping. I live in New York City in a one-bedroom apartment. I don't have a separate space for taping. You don't need one either. What you need is a neutral background. Behind me, not neutral. For a backdrop, I have one of those backdrops that opens up like a jack-in-the-box that I got. It's called a collapsible backdrop. I have the gray and blue one. There's a link in the description below where you can find it. But the truth is, you don't need a backdrop. I mean, you do, but you don't have to buy a collapsible backdrop. You can use a blank wall if you have one. I don't have one. I live in a New York City apartment. I have no blank walls. You can put up a sheet. It must be ironed because casting directors seem to be allergic to wrinkles. Or you can use a piece of paper that photographers use when they take photo shoots. And during COVID, when I ordered my collapsible backdrop, they were on back order. So I just did my self-tapes anyway, just like this. I mean, wherever you are, whatever you have, you start from that because it's all about practicing. And I have a friend who got a call back because she was standing in front of a yellow wall and she had on a blue plaid shirt. And they said, "We love that." So here's me in front of my backdrop. The focus of the self-tape needs to be you. Next up, camera. But there's no need to buy a fancy camera. You use your iPhone, which also has a microphone. Now, I shoot a lot of my self-tapes on Zoom, but I do have a webcam that I use. It's not expensive. I think it was $100. I put the link in the description below, but you don't need that. Your iPhone is fine, and it is really the standard. Your phone needs to be eye level when you set it up. You don't want it below you because then it's looking up your nose. You don't want it above you, eye level. And you want to shoot at 1080p, whatever that means. It just means it's a small file. Now you do need a tripod because you cannot have somebody hold your phone for you. I've done that before. When we first started doing these self-tapes, and I would hold it for my friend, or I'd have friends hold it for me. It's just not ideal. So you do need a tripod. But I have to tell you, I have this little ring light that also is a tripod, and it sells on Amazon for like $21. And when I bought it during COVID, it was $30. So the price has come way down. So you can get a ring light and a tripod for $21. Yeah, you just have to make sure that you're shooting in the horizontal position. Lighting. You don't need fancy lighting. I do have my ring light on now, but I'm also in front of I have a window that's to the left of me a little bit. You can stand in front of a window and let the natural light come in because that natural lighting is the best. But you never want to stand with your back to a window. I will demonstrate. You stand like this, the window will blow out and you'll be in shadow. It's not ideal. Always with facing the window. Now you can upgrade your equipment at any time. If you want to get a fancy camera, you can. They go up to like $1,600. I spent $200 total. And that was with my collapsible backdrop, my webcam, and my ring light. I'm still using the same equipment. I never upgraded, except my webcam did die after 3 years. So I replaced it, and I have a link below. Although I believe my version of this webcam may have been discontinued because I couldn't find it on the site. But it's still not going to be much money if you want one. And the truth is, nobody's expecting studio quality. The goal is to be able to see and hear you. You're also going to need a reader, and the reader needs to be louder than you because, again, it's about you. The focus is you. If the reader is too loud, it distracts. I recently did a self tape with my AC on, and the reader was so much louder than me. My voice was swallowed up by the AC. I even lowered the reader's voice in editing, but it didn't really help. And you need a quiet space. If there's a TV on in the other room, or a kid screaming, or alarm going off, just make sure you're in a quiet place. Turn off the TVs, etc. Now, because I live in New York City, I've had construction going on in my building. And I mean, it would be loud banging. I would shoot it anyway because it's New York City. What could I do? And it's turned out fine. Now, framing. You want to frame the shot so that it's chest level and you have about 2 inches above your head. Some people say you should be in the center of the frame. Some people say you should be on one side or the other. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to say, oh, she's in the center of the frame. Do not hire her. No, that's not going to happen. Also, don't delete the footage as you go. Save it. Because what I do after I finish a self-tape, I then watch it. I sleep on it. The next morning, I watch it again, and I have a better perspective then, and I can figure out which one I want to send. Find a partner so you can practice. Practice is important. I did a how to audition class during COVID on Zoom, and it was a lifesaver because I had never done this self-taping. In fact, when I had self-tapes, I was going to a studio that specifically taped acting auditions, and it was $40 a pop. I mean, that's crazy. Wardrobe. What you want to wear is something that suggests the character. You don't need a costume. You just don't. If you're supposed to be an elf in Macy's Santaland, maybe you put a little cap on, but you don't need a costume. Makeup. I would say keep it natural. For me, the big the big crazy thing is lipstick, because for some reason it looks different in person than it does on your camera. But you can do a test, just like in Hollywood, they do makeup tests because they know that the makeup changes depending on the lighting and the wardrobe and the camera that's being used. Also, powder your nose because I tend to perspire and I tend to forget to powder my nose. I didn't powder my nose before I shot this. I hope it's okay. To memorize or not to memorize? If you want to memorize, sure, go ahead, memorize. I never do. I do go over the piece and over it and over it enough so that I pretty much know it. But when I have like 3 scenes that I'm doing, no, I cheat. I type up the script. I tape it to either side of my ring light. I have a lamp over here I can tape it on. Or if I'm doing it on Zoom, I can have my script up on the screen. All right, never look directly into the camera when you're doing an audition. You look to either side of the camera. If you have one character, you just put them. I have these little faces that I draw. The girls have little curly hair. The boys, they seem to have curly hair too. I don't know. But then I tape it where I want to be looking. And that really helps me. It helps me to focus. And if you have more than one character in the scene with you, let's say you have 2 more, you can put one on either side of the camera. That way it keeps your focus. And that's one less thing that you have to deal with. There's no rules. Well, there are rules, but it's the acting that matters. That's what they want to see. They want to see your eyes. They want to see your intentions. They want to see the different layers that you've come up with for your character. Now, I would suggest setting a time limit. Don't spend hours and hours doing this. Don't obsess. You're going to drive yourself crazy. So do a few and let it go. You're also going to have to edit these little suckers. Not a lot, just the beginning. You want to cut off the part where you were like scratching your head or saying, I'll nod when I'm ready to start or something. So you just want to cut off the front before you start and the end when you end so that they don't see you turning things off. But even if they do, if you can't figure out how to do that, send it in anyway. I use iMovie to do that because I have a Mac and it comes on my computer for free. And I always suggest free. And I taught myself iMovie by watching videos on YouTube. And it's really the easiest and cheapest way to do it. In the beginning, it seemed daunting, but little by little, I learned it, and it's not that hard. Like anything else, once you know how to do it, it's easy. Always turn your audition in on time. That's very important because if you don't, well, first of all, they're not going to watch it and they're not going to hire you because they're going to just assume that if you can't turn your audition in on time, then they're not going to be able to trust you to show up to set on time. Let's say you say, but I don't have a manager or an agent. I went through a period where I had dropped out of the business and then I decided to come back and I didn't have a manager or an agent either. So I submitted myself for things on Actors Access. And I booked this really great commercial that was really shot like a film and it was just me. I gave that to my manager and I've been working with him ever since. So there's always ways to submit yourself. SAG has come out with new guidelines, which is great because we were getting taken advantage of with these self-tapes, with these requests and what they wanted you to do. And I was always getting them Friday evening late, due early Monday morning, which means there goes the weekend. Now I have listed the new SAG guidelines in the description below. So take a look at them. Okay, so that's that. Whew, seems like a lot, but you can always go back and rewatch something. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments and I will respond to it. If I don't know the answer, I'll see if I can find out for you. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps the channel. And I'll see you next time. Take care. And good luck with your self-tapes. I want to hear how it goes. Ciao.